What's up, guys, and welcome back to Project Metalchalk. Today, we are starting something new. I have played it already multiple times before, so I already have a lot of content unlocked. But for you guys, if you've never seen this, this is really cool, and it'll be a really neat way to show off the game and some of the really cool features it has. While once you first start, you will not have a lot of things. You can work your way up the ladder, and eventually you will have a lot of really cool stuff. So let's go ahead and log. There's actually multiple versions of Air Mech. This one is called Strike. It's more of the complete edition without campaign mode. And there is a campaign that I kind of want to get because it'll look really cool. And Air Mech Prime is like Ultimate Edition, where you just get all this really cool stuff, and I'm gonna make that go away. Alright, so here's my Air Mech, and we'll show off what that does in a minute, but actually what we're gonna do for now is we're gonna go to the first one and show it off. So I'll go ahead and show off all the Air Mechs right now. They're normal variants. So this is the Striker, and it's supposed to be blue and white, but I have a color thingy, a color pack that puts everything I own into green, because who doesn't like green? And then I want to get the carbon one because it looks really cool and it's orange and black, and then I also want the red one as well. Basically I need all the colors for this to work. But anyway, so let's go ahead and show this off. So this is the Striker, and it is a normal attack fighter, military jet fighter thing. I don't know the names of planes, don't judge me, but it's a jet fighter of some type, and it looks really cool, and it has little guns on the side, and it transforms. And we're going to actually we're gonna demo this for you guys right now. So how you play is you're supposed to capture the enemy's fortress, but in try me mode you just survive the pit, which we'll go into in a second. But first I'll show off weapons. So we have just our normal guns, a sword and shield. It's not supposed to do this. It's supposed to allow me to oh, okay, it's toggle now. That's new. It's kind of cool. Alright. That's cool. And then if we hold down the middle mouse button, we get a little missile barrage. Now, if I press space, they have added a jump and dodge feature, but if you press shift, you will turn into your selected airplane, which can go over things, over cliffs and edges, and it also has weapons. Its right click is afterburn. And then it also has the same missile barrage, and you can carry up to 4 units with this one. All of them pretty much carry 4 units. Now we have different variations, like the Black Ops Striker, the Tomcat Striker, and we can't try any of these. Oh yeah, we can. Then we have the Steampunk Striker, which looks totally awesome. Just look at this. I mean, is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen? Just look at it! It's amazing! And then we also have the Police Striker, which is really cool looking, and I love it. The Gothic Striker. Oops. Which is, very evil and demonic looking. And then we have the Ultimate Striker, which is bigger and badder, and actually I believe it has an advanced damage output, but don't quote me on that because I'm not actually sure. No, it's got some extra credits and things you can earn, and then it also yeah, it's got all the same things. But I mean, look at it, it looks totally awesome. Now, let's look at the Helix. So, the Helix is the helicopter variant, and we'll look at this first. Oh, they've changed the weapons. Changed all the weapons. This is so weird. I'm not used to this. I don't know what to say. Oh my gosh. It used to be guns, but now it's like missile launchers. And if you right click, it's grenades. This is cool. And then middle button is still the missile barrage. Alright, so let's go ahead and transform. And it looks... okay, yeah, we've still got our guns in this mode, which is good because these are really Cool. And if we right click, we have missiles, and then if we... Alright, so it doesn't look like they've changed any of the air mode things. Oh yeah, I said we were going to go into the pit, but we'll have to do that later because that's going to take a lot of time. We may have to save that for another video. Right now, we're just kind of looking at all the mechs, and I'm giving you a kind of a kickstart to the game, so that if you're looking to find out your playing style, you'll know for future reference. Now, once you first play, you'll only have the Striker, and you'll have to unlock everything else. I only have one air mech left to unlock, and I'm still allowed to showcase it, I believe. Alright, so this is the Apache Helix, which looks really neat, and I have a quest that I need to collect real fast. Alright. I forgot to do that before we start. Alright, this is the Shark Helix, which looks awesome, and he has a different head and paint job. The Steampunk Helix, which looks totally awesome with his really dapper top hat and nice looking faceplate, along with those really cool bird wings or fish fins, whatever you want to call them, but they still look totally awesome. The Gothic Helix, which looks like a really neat Dark Knight kind of thing. We have the Black Ops Helix, and depending on what color pack you have is the color that the neon will light up. It used to be blue, but now of course it is green because of my color pack, and it looks totally awesome. I think that the Black Ops looks cooler with green instead of blue. I honestly don't know. I'll have to experiment with the colors once I unlock them. And then we have the Ultimate Helix, which is way bigger and more parts, and I believe it has upgraded missile launchers, because now apparently missile launchers is a thing. Alright. Messages? I never get... Oh, my market listing's expired. Well, darn it. I was selling things. Okay. I guess none of them sold. Oh well. Now we have the Bomber, and this is one of my favorites. I love this playing style because in IRL, I am a melee person in real life. I said that twice, IRL. I use a bow staff, and I've been training with it for 7 years. I never trained officially, I'm self-taught, but I love using my bow staff. I'm really good at using my bow staff, and so that's why I like melee kind of characters. Even though I'm more adapt to ranged fighters, melee is still amazing. So this is the Bomber, and I actually didn't show off the Helix transforming it up close, so here is the Helix, which looks really neat. Alright, now let's look at the Bomber. So this is the Bomber, and let's go ahead and transform him. And you can tell why it's a Bomber, because it is stealthy, flat, like the bombers in real life, in the military. So let's go ahead and try him out. Where's a barrel or two? I destroyed all. No, I did not. Swipe. So we have our normal melee attack, and if we hold right click, we charge up this really neat attack. It's kind of like an energy blade sort of thing. And if we hold the middle button, my mouse freaks out, so holding it kind of doesn't work sometimes. But if you hold it, you get this really cool helicopter effect. Now, if we transform... it used to be space, so that's why I keep pressing it. And if we transform, you can see on the wings here, the little propellers will actually close whenever you start flying. Ooh! Thingy! Okay, I did not get the highest. Oh well. Those are dice rolls. You can get diamonds from those, which you will need to buy cosmetics and things like that. So the Bomber has standard guns here, and then if you right click, you will get your bombing target, which is a cluster now. Oh, it's incendiary now. Okay. And middle clicking does nothing in air mode. But it used to just be like the more you flew, the more bombs you would drop. But I kind of like this. This is cooler. Alright. So that is the Bomber. Oop, there are diamonds everywhere because of the roll. Alright. So here is the Black Ops Bomber. I just love the way the accents look. This is amazing. If you can't tell, I'm really into this game. I like this game a lot. And I will show you an actual in-game video in another video, because this video is strictly for showing off the air mechs right now, but we will look at gameplay in the next video. So this is the Phantom Bomber, which is an actual military variant, or it's supposed to look like a military variant, but it looks really cool. It's got little stars on it. Nice looking helmet, little blades. Alright, this is for Earth Day. This will actually be gone pretty soon. This is an exclusive, and it is a sea turtle. And because I can't take my mouse off and right click, which is ridiculous, we're gonna do the try me, because I want to show you guys what this looks like when it transforms. So when this transforms, it looks like a sea turtle, and it's really cool. And the little legs on the back kind of flip whenever, like, watch, if I stop, they go up. And then they kind of like paddle back and forth. And then you got the globe in the middle that spins. And it looks really cool. I think, yeah, he drops eggs instead of bombs, which is also really cool. I really like that. That's really cool. And then he has little claws instead of blades. Let's see if you can see that here. Yeah, he's got claws instead of blades. Alright, so this is the steampunk version, which also has chainsaws for blades that move, and it's got working parts and gears, and it looks totally awesome with that Cyclops viewport right there. And then we have the Gothic version, which is awesome, and I can't get enough of how cool these designs look. There's so many of them. Now, exclusives like this do come out often. The Green Sea Bomber has been one for a while. It's on the Xbox, it's on PlayStation, I believe, too. I don't know, I don't have a PlayStation, but I'm sure it's on there. They also have different variations of different mechs that you can get for different holiday seasons. Alright, so next up we have the Warthog. And I'm sure if you're a plane or military enthusiast, you know what the Warthog does already. And I'm just going to morph it because it's got this huge chain gun on it, and it looks totally awesome, and I love it. And it looks so cool. Let's go try it out. Oops. Oh, crap, I just selected it from... Oh, well. I can select my thing when I look at it. Alright. So, if we try this out, we have this awesome chain gun. And then if we right-click... This is new. Oh, we have kind of a melee attack. Okay. And then... middle-clicking gives a buff to you and your units. And units are ground infantry that you can deploy to go capture a base. Now you can't transform while using a buff. So let's go ahead and transform. If we right click, we shoot the ground. If we left click, we shoot in the air. If we middle click, nothing happens in air mode. But this is the Warthog, which looks really cool and I like it. This is the Pirate Warthog with a skull face and a really nice looking frame with crossbones, and I like it. It's cool. The Gothic Warthog has that really neat ox head helmet. It has spikes on the chain gun, and it kind of gives off this purple effect everywhere, and on the end of the chain gun like smoke from overheating. The Steampunk Warthog is probably one of my favorite steampunks. And here's why. Because if you shift, it has these little spinning blades all over it, which looks really cool. And it also has a Warthog for an actual head. Yeah, it's got the Warthog for the actual head. Here is the Mecha Warthog, which also has a Warthog for the actual head, and it just looks totally awesome. And we have the Black Ops Warthog, which has, in my opinion, the coolest looking chain gun. So the Warthog is very, very special. Now this is my favorite class to play as, and this is the mech that I use for pretty much everything. This is the Saucer, and that is because it is a saucer, which looks totally awesome. And I have a little pet and hat that I got from some boxes, and it looks cool. So let's go ahead and try him out. So, he walks really funny, and he shoots with this little pew pew sound, and if you right click and hold, you will get the death ray. And if you middle click, nothing happens in air, in ground mode, but if you shapeshift, I mean not shapeshift, I keep saying shapeshift. I said that a bunch today, and now it's like in my mind. But if you transform and you middle click, you can assign, or you can teleport units to you, and this is one of the standard ones, but we'll get into that later. You have your normal guns, and then if you right click, you will blink teleport. So I like this class a lot. It's very useful, especially when you unlock the teleporting ability and you can summon your little guys in battle if you need to get out of a tight spot and need a distraction. You cannot do this with any of the other mechs, which is why this one is so helpful. Because if you've already deployed some units and you need to deploy more, but you don't, like, if you have to have four little soldier dudes to capture an outpost. So if you don't have any on hand or none are going to come fast enough, you can just teleport them there, and there you go. So that's why I like this class. Now here is the Black Ops version, which looks totally awesome as well, and you can see its air mode right there. We have the Alien Saucer, which is what this is supposed to look like. It's very spiky, and I love the way that it looks. I believe that it will have spinning parts on it. Yeah, it's got this kind of like spinny air effect, or light effect sort of thing. Why did I say air? Then we have the Nexus variant. Now Nexus reminds me so much of Portal, just because of the way it looks, and I also have green lights instead of blue lights. I used to have green ones. There's another version. There's actually 3 different versions of the saucer that I will show. I can't show, but I will talk about. We have the Steampunk Saucer, which is totally awesome. And then we have the Gothic Saucer, which has this really nice looking rotating gear on it, and it's just so cool. The designs on these mechs are awesome. Now there's 3 different types of other saucer mechs you can get that you can find here's 2 of them now. So this is the Pumpkin Saucer. Let's look at this one. So as you can see, he is a pumpkin, and he is the Halloween variant, and oh, he shoots seeds now. Okay. Now if you right click, you get his death ray effect. Oh, that's cool. Oh, he doesn't have the little boosters, he just kind of jumps. And if you shift, he will turn into a saucer with blinking and teleporting. And he has this little pumpkin under him instead of a carry box. So that is a really neat version. Now we also have the Octopus Saucer. And this one is really neat too. It has little ray guns on the side. Walks like an octopus with these little squiggly effects. It kind of has a little hobble to it, and it looks really cool. And then it also has a death ray that comes out of its eye, and if you shift, it looks like this, and it's really cool. And it also makes a different sound, apparently. That's kind of cool. And you also get this really neat looking tentacle box instead, and these little dudes aren't going to go away. And it looks like we have thrusters on this one, but no sound. And then there's also another version that's not in the player market, because I think it was an Xbox exclusive, a 360. It was literally just a triangle on legs, which looked really awesome, and I liked it. Alright, let's put you back on, and I need to reassign your hat. And pet. Alright. This is the Osprey, or the Medic. And it is one of these things, which you can find in real life. Let me check our video time. We're at 18 minutes, so we're going to have to wrap this up fast. So let's go ahead and try this one out, and I'm not going to really talk about it very much. But this one is the healing variant. It has guns, and then if you right-click near a unit that has damage, you can heal it with this neat little healing ray, and if you middle-click, you get kind of a buff of some type, I believe that's what this is. Now, let's go ahead and shift. You can now shoot, and right-clicking does nothing, and middle-clicking does nothing. So this one, in air mode, only has 1 attack, which puts it at a disadvantage, but it's more of a support character anyway, so if you like a supportive role, you should definitely choose this one, because it's got the heal beam and the drain beam that you can use, as well as restore and heal nova. And then we've got the steampunk version, which kind of reminds me of an old diver or a submarine, but we have a version of that. Now this is the Envision version, or kind of like a Black Ops version, since they don't have a Black Ops version of this one. And then we have the Deep Sea Osprey, which is more of the submarine one. We have the Gothic Osprey, and that's the last one. So if you really want to use the heck out of that drain beam, you should get 1,665 diamonds. Sorry about that. Alright, Let's look at the Neo, or the stealth ship. So this one is another kind of jet looking thing, only it has the power to turn invisible, and we're going to look at that now. So we have our shooties. And words. Sorry about me going quiet there, someone came to tell me something. Anyway, so if we right click, we will turn invisible, and the other players can't see this at all. I'm the only person, and my team can see this kind of shadow effect, I believe, is how it works now. And if we right click, we get this, thing. It's a stasis field, I think. Now let's go ahead and turn into our air mode. We're really fast in air mode, and we also can turn invisible in air mode, so we can go completely stealth if we want to. And right clicking will also apply the stasis field. I don't actually know what that does. Let's find out. Yeah, stasis blast. It slows enemy movement, and air mechs will have their movement slowed and will be unable to switch between forms. I didn't know that. Alright, so this is the Shark Neo. He kind of moves like a shark, which is cool. Then we have the Star Neo. And the Steampunk Neo. And this one, oops. This one looks like a, I keep forgetting you can't move the mouse. This one looks like a cat. And whenever you transform, it has a little eye on top. You can see that right there. And it has these really neat looking fins. We have the Raptor Neo. Oh, this is a new one. I haven't not seen this one yet. I'm gonna go look at this later. Now if you want me to make a video on testing out all of these air mechs, different versions, it will be fairly long, and I will have to do that later. But we're just looking at them right now. We're not actually gonna go use them and test them. And we also have, that's the Envision version. We have the Gothic version, which has a really neat looking faceplate. I think the Gothic one's actually new too. They didn't have a Gothic one before. Or an Envision one. I think both of these, I mean not Envision, Black Ops, I think both of these are new. Huh. Next is the Paladin, and this is really neat. It is a dual-bladed helicopter with a shield and a hammer, and you can probably already kind of guess what the hammer's for, right? If you right-click, you kind of swing it, and you can spin it, and swing it, and it will come back to you all the time. And then you have shoulder-mounted guns, and if you, this is the buffing one. If you middle-click, you will give out buffs. Now, in this mode, you don't have a second attack, and you do have a middle attack, and that is the damage boost. So this mech is really nice for buffing and also defense. It's a tank. It's very strong. It's got 700 defense. Now we have the Nexus version, which is the one that reminds me of Portal the most because of all the curves and really nice looking effects that it has. Then we have the Steampunk version, which has that nice looking gear shield and hammer. The Gothic version, which is the Black Knight of the Gothics. And I just love the way that shield looks. The Camo version, which is the Riot. My dogs are clawing on the door, trying to get into my room. I lost again. You have to get the highest or the lowest. Alright, so Camo has the Riot shield and is the police version with the gas mask. And then Black Ops looks totally awesome as well with all of that neat space tech. We have one more mech, but I do not have it unlocked. So I can't look at all the versions of it. Oh, I can unlock it. Look, guys, we're unlocking it. We're doing it now. We have unlocked the last air mech. So let's look at this one now. So this is the Angel, and it is the only it's the only female variant of any of the air mechs, but it is the acrobatic or agility air mech, and it has dual pistols, and we're gonna go ahead and look at it now, but we gotta wrap this up because the video is now at 25 minutes. So let's hurry. We have dual pistols, and we also have a sniper rifle, and if we middle click, it does nothing now. It used to allow me to hover. Alright, so if we do middle click in air mode, we get this really neat spinning effect to dodge, and if we right click in air mode, nothing happens. but we also have guns, and it's really cool, and I like it. Alright, this is a newer... No, it's not a new version. This is the Sakura Angel, and it has pink everywhere with I was gonna say flowers, but I meant lines. We have the Recon Angel, which is the military variant, which looks really nice. The Gothic one also looks very cool with all of that purple around it. We have the Shark variant, which is actually, I believe, a new version of the Angel. Steampunk is not new, but I love the helmet on this one. It's a Cyclops. And Black Ops. This one I believe is new, actually. I don't know. But anyway, guys, so there you have it. Those were just some of the air mechs. You can actually get different versions, like as you saw, the pumpkin one, and then there's also Void mechs, as well as additional like super other things, and there's an Easter one for the Osprey, and I gotta click on that just from telling that those two aren't me. Alright, and then there's also the Liberty Paladin. There's just so many different things to choose from, and there's a whole bunch of stuff to look at. So in the next video, we're gonna actually do a bit of gameplay, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video and the game. If you did, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. If you have any questions or comments about the video, or if you would like to suggest a topic for a future video, please be sure to leave that down in the comment box below. I hope you all have a good day or night, depending on where you live, and I will see you all next time when we play some Air Mech.